Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm just going to fix this picture in picture. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think I've done this before with the audio being messed up. I'm going to change my picture in picture shape to... Let me do this real quick. That's full. Back and forth. Man, I used to be able to do this really easily. Boom. There we go. So you guys can kind of see me while I'm working here. Where's a better place? Right here. Cool. Let me see if I can see any comments or anything. Comments and reactions. Okay, got that set up. Cool. So I'm just going to sketch. Let's see. And have morning coffee. So this is a sketch for a guitar that I am hoping to paint soon, probably start in like a week or so. And it's based after a kind of Grateful Dead vibe. Where I want kind of these like old Flemish flowers with a skull. Maybe like a big flower coming off of the side of the skull here. Come in here, get this dark. Based after this design right here, it's kind of what I'm using as inspiration. And I like doing these little, I like using the iPad lately to do these sketches because they're fun to see them animated. And I want to do, again, more videos on the process. And I think it'd be kind of neat to have the animated sketch as well as the painting process. Even though the sketch is pretty loose in most cases. And hopefully it has a little bit of character. Now I'm using a Derwent pencil filter in my Procreate app. Hey Florent, how's it going? This skull is so fun. Yeah, so I did a painting for this company on a guitar, I think last year, of a friend of mine, Brooke, and they wanted a skull this year. And so I'm actually making the skull the same, this gets all dark in here, the same size and shape as Brooke. Kind of fun. Using the side of the Apple Pencil here for just kind of sculpting out some of the darks and lights and stuff. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to probably spend my morning kind of blocking this in with you guys. Maybe set a timer up for like an hour. And then I'm going to go paint. I'm finishing up a painting in the studio that a collector was interested in buying, but it was really kind of dust ridden. It was an old painting I started like 15 years ago. And how's it going, guys? What's your funniest college story? Huh. I don't know if I really had any funny stories like that, man. We had one student, I remember, I think my freshman year in college, I went to Syracuse University, who everything he did, he really loved cars. And so every project that he did was based on a car. And it was this kind of, I think when you're a freshman in college, you're very much trying to discover who you are and what you're into, and the whole art world is really cool and new, and you can kind of do anything. And this guy wasn't really into like art history or any of that stuff, and he just did everything was based on car design. But not even that. It was just like he would do a painting of a car tire or still life of a car, and I don't know. I wonder what he's up to now. Oh, I have another story too. That's kind of funny. Same freshman class. We had to take a piece of music with no lyrics at all, basically an instrumental piece, and do an abstract painting based on that. And that was a lot of fun. I think I'm really into guitar players, and I think I did a Joe Satriani piece that I was really into. Get this all dark in here. And I remember one guy came in a class and he did an Alanis Morissette song for his painting. And it was that song, Isn't It Ironic? And I remember thinking, this wasn't supposed to have words. Isn't that ironic? Or moronic? I don't know. I think it's really funny who actually listens and stuff in schools and everything. And as I've taught college before, and I totally get it now, that I'm sure other art teachers at schools nowadays probably still go through that stuff. SVA is awesome, man. That's a great school. Did you study with Stephen Assail and those guys? So I'm going to put a flower right here. Awesome. I'm going to see if this is... Are you guys watching this on YouTube? Is this kind of like a I guess not a new thing. I'm gonna probably start doing it more often. I was really active on YouTube a long time ago, 2010, 2012, posting videos and such. And then I kind of just dropped it for a while. And I've been watching so many amazing YouTubers, and I have friends that have YouTube channels now that are more into music. And I was like, this would be kind of fun to kind of start up again. And so I did a live drawing feed, drawing demo online. And also the technology now has gotten a lot better. Well, for me, I've learned a lot more about cameras and live stream and stuff through having to teach online during COVID. My wife and I started teaching a lot online. And so learned a ton with cameras and everything. I'm still learning, but now I feel like I can do studio stuff and ideas I have a lot easier than I did back in the day. So I'm going to try to stream more. I'm going to just knock this whole area in one value. We'll see how long it lasts. No, just kidding. I think I can do pretty good. I'm having a new studio built in our backyard, and I've started keeping track of that with the camera, and I started posting updates on the studio build, and that's kind of also been cool content, I think, for others that are building studios, and all the thought processes that I've kind of gone through with the lighting and the structure and everything. It's been fun to kind of share. Oh, okay, cool. You studied with Marvin Madelson. Cool. That guy's pretty photorealistic painter. Got this giant flower over here. Hey, good morning, Marianne. How's it going? I'm like slurping my coffee. I apologize, especially with the microphone. I'm coming and clean up some of this a little bit. I kind of want to establish where my darks are a little bit, kind of thinking abstractly. I do have a reference that I'm working from. I'll show you guys that in 1 second. My theory is I want all my kind of mistakes and blobs here to kind of shape into something eventually as I start to get the blobs closer in to what it is I'm seeing. Is YouTube streaming a good platform? You guys can see me. This is the reference that I'm using. This is not the size of the guitar yet. This is 11 by 14 inches. So this is kind of what I'm going for. This is going to be pretty awesome, I think. They wanted a skull. The company that I'm working for, well, that I'm kind of just having fun with, they sent me a guitar for me to paint. Oh yeah, the he shed. The he shed's going to be so fun. Oh, it's interesting. You say Madison's obsessed with Bouguereau. That's funny. I feel like he is missing the point if he wants to paint like Bouguereau, but he just seems, I don't know. I'm not a big Marvin Madelson fan. I don't like his work very much. It's very wooden, I guess. I don't know. It's all good. Bouguereau is just so much more living, you know. But good for him. I mean, and I've actually never met him, but I the ego thing. I think maybe I've talked to him online or something. He does seem like he kind of really likes his work. It's all good. Oh yeah, so the he shed we're building in our backyard. It's kind of fun. Started out as kind of something small and it's gotten bigger and more expensive than we thought. But hopefully it'll be done in like a month. And when I have that set up, I'll have more floor space and room to film more, which is going to be incredible. Take down the opacity here. This whole area can be darker. And that's what I'm kind of really stoked for. With like when it comes to like building, I guess, a YouTube channel with information and stuff that I can give you guys on what I do, having a set space. I mean, my wife and I share a studio right now since we let our other studio go. We had a studio outside of the house that I used to work more in, and we let that go about a year ago. And we used to also teach out of that space. And it's been awesome hanging out with her every day. But I think it's going to be cool to be able to work on larger stuff. I got an 18-foot by 14-foot wall I can't stop talking about. All my friends are just like, yeah, we get it. You have an 18 by 14-foot wall that you're going to paint with. Hey, thanks, Florent. I'm going to definitely do some live painting when I get into the studio, the new studio space. I figured out how to, well, it's funny, the iPhone is a great camera for fate, like doing video. Like right now I'm just using my Apple camera, which I don't even know. It's got some cool lens flare going on in there because we have a skylight in our living room. But I'm going to see how the iPhone can capture live painting. The way that I was doing it on Instagram Live, it's really horrible. It's like really contrasty and you don't really see the color very well and such and such. So I think that, and I tried using my Sony A7, I have an A7 III that I use, and I tried setting that up to do a live feed. It was okay. You know, I'm kind of want to look at the best cameras to be able to represent the work that I do in the best way. And so that's been the challenge so far. It's funny, I can see the live feed on here. I want to shape up the skull a little bit better. Let's see. I kind of want to mix like thin lines and thick lines in here so that I got kind of a, I can barely see that. Sorry. The print you're working from, is it a photo montage you created? Yeah, so I went into Photoshop and created the idea. And so this is usually if I'll start. So this is the skull is from a photo I took of a skull in 2006 when I was working at St. John the Divine, the cathedral. I used to teach there, and they had the best casts. They had all these amazing historic casts because the building's been around forever, and they had a sculptor in residence that was really, really amazing, and he collected things. And so there was like a skeleton that was destroyed and not used for anything that actually had burn marks on it from how they burned the flesh off of the skull back in the day. So I don't even know how old it actually was. Got to do some carbon dating. But the I got some photos of it just with like a early digital camera, so they're kind of so there's actually pretty good detail for it. And I did a couple guitars for Fender where they wanted me to paint a skull because it's hard to paint a portrait on a guitar. I did that for this company earlier last year, and everyone was kind of like, "Well, that's great, but I don't know this person, so why do I want them on my guitar?" And I totally get it. And so a skull is kind of rock and roll, but then also abstract enough where they don't know the person and they can be kind of iconic. And so I like the idea of kind of doing almost a Grateful Dead meets Flemish, old Flemish paintings, still life paintings with the flowers. And so that's kind of, I took a whole bunch of just Flemish paintings and have been quoting them in here, taking bits and pieces that I like and making sure the lighting's right, and then adding that to the skull to do the composition. And it's going to be neat because the back, there's a lot going on in the photo montage that's not going to be in the real painting. I put more in, and then I start to decide what I want to take in and what I want to leave out within the piece. Great questions, guys. I'm actually going to go to my YouTube channel now just to see if people are even on. Turn my volume off. I posted a drawing video earlier. You guys are watching this from YouTube, right? Yeah, I'm still a neophyte with all this stuff. It's streaming and everything. That's too dark. I'm going to take the opacity down just to get this shadowing in here. Get darker. Oh, cool. So the one thing I haven't gotten used to is to make sure you guys like and subscribe. Saying that, I just feel like other the subscription and stuff like that, subscribing and following and watching the content, super helpful. I don't know how people monetize the YouTube channels and whatever. I'm setting up I have a Patreon page that I'm doing right now also, which I had one earlier for my Facing Survival project to help us with the film, and I'm moving that over into more art technical stuff and kind of have it go correspond with the YouTube channel as a way of maybe generating income. So I want to buy a new microphone because right now I'm using my stepdaughter's Blue Snowball. So I want to get a Shure mic. I think that would be awesome for audio. How's it going? Shame it's digital, but you can have digital's fun, man. Digital's like a lot easier to do online because the actual image looks like it looks on my iPad here. and it is just drawing. So, but whatever, it's all good. I'm gonna when I get my studio going, hopefully by the first of the year, I'm gonna start doing more traditional because like we were saying before, I was talking about how I'm gonna have a better camera and a better setup in the studio to be able to do more lives like this. And it's just morning time for me. I'm doing a sketch that I'll probably bring this with me to work on. I'm traveling to Austin this weekend to visit family, and I'll probably work on this on the airplane, get it kind of started here, and then kind of move it over. And it's kind of neat because it does the animation uh, of the entire process. If you guys look, I didn't post that yet. I posted another little live stream I was doing, but I didn't have audio because I was doing it while we were watching football in our living room. Make sure to turn off stream when you're done. Yeah, well, so I'm using a different program called Ecamm Live. It's what we use to teach, and it was so great for teaching live that I kind of wanted to see, and it's got different connectors. It's got Facebook, it's got YouTube, it's got Instagram Live. You can go through. So if you want to promote your work, I guess, and do more live streams for people, kind of like what I'm doing here, you can use that this program. I don't know what I pay a year. Probably like 100, $200 a year, but it's so worth it. I get this dark in here. Really make this pop out a little bit. I love these bones. So I want this to be kind of realistic, but then also a little like linear with different things. I'm gonna go down just a little bit. Let's see. Hey JC, how's it going? H Town. I just taught a workshop in Houston, which was a lot of fun. And Jay was there, JC. It was pretty. The model was awesome. It was a 4 day workshop, which I'm used to 5 day workshops, and so I was like, didn't quite get as much done on the demo as I wanted to. If you guys want to check out the demo, I posted it on Instagram, and the studio was the Da Vinci Art Studios. Great crew there, great crew. Robin Williamson. And it was neat because I have a museum show up right now in Houston of my paintings of Holocaust survivors, and it was great. I could take the class to see the show. That was a lot of fun. So I did a little tour of the art because I was working on all over probably about 10 years working on that work, and so I'm curious how I find my feed. Oh, there I am. That's kind of cool. Very cool. Now I can see. I think there's a crazy delay. This is all going to go dark through here. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. My wife's in the studio painting right now. She's doing an awesome painting she just started. She's listening to football news. Good morning, football. I'm not sure I'm seeing everyone's comment. Let me move this out of the way. Let me see if this... Oh, okay, there we go. There's some comments I didn't even see. Awesome, guys. I guess if you guys are here and you see this, you probably already subscribed. And I think there's like a bell notification out there to hit somehow in case I'm live again or if I post something. Oh, great question. Yeah, the documentary is going pretty well. We have some funding right now. It's always been a funding issue, like finding people that believe in the project to want to fund it, people with money who can fund it, and we got funding last year that I've been kind of working on, and so we have we're editing it right now down from 90 minutes, I think actually to 90 minutes. We have a lot of footage, and then I think I want to film like a couple different places, but I think the director kind of wants to be done with the project a little bit. I'm not sure. I think I want to meet with a what is it, a Nova, the Nova Festival. There's some survivors that I want to paint from that. So we're going to add that content in maybe. We'll see. It's all kind of still up in the air. Let me make that a little lighter. It's kind of neat. Draw on the iPad and then see it on the screen. And I think that this captures it in pretty high res. How is the resolution on your guys' end? Can you see like the grain of the digital paper pretty well? Oh, that's funny. A friend of mine just messaged. Oh, that's cool. So I'm doing a guitar amp for a company, a painting on a guitar amp and this guitar. This guitar, hopefully, if I finish them in time, they need to be done by January to be put into. There's a big music conference and convention in Los Angeles every year called NAMM, and I want to exhibit paintings like on guitars and amps, and this is for a company called Novo Guitars, and I'm doing the painting, the skull, just also for myself, but for a guitar with them, which is kind of neat. Oh, 4K, that's awesome. And so I'm kind of trading the painting for my art for their art. And then the amp, I don't know what's going on. Oh, sweet. I just found out one of my favorite musicians says I can use his music in my videos. I don't know if he's probably not going to be watching right now. But he's got a YouTube. His name's Rhett Scholl. Or Brett Skull. Just awesome guy. Fun to hang out with. When he just released an EP, and the music is it's very vibey, very chill. It kind of goes really well with I think when I'm drawing and painting, slightly meditative. The worst thing is that was listening to it when it came out, and I was traveling to, I think maybe Houston or Savannah. The last 3 weeks, I think I've been traveling a lot, like too much. And anyway, when you put an album on and you're on the airplane, then you kind of fall asleep listening to it. And I think it's only 5 or 6 songs, so I just had it on repeat, and it just deeply hit me in a way of like knowing every movement of the songs as you're listening to something like that. It's pretty cool. So Rhett Shull, he has a new EP. Check it out. He also has a YouTube channel about guitars and everything and music. He's awesome. He's cool. Awesome, guys. We have 11 people here. This is rad. Morning coffee time. This is a coffee mug I got from Art Center, College of Design. I always visited schools I wish I had gone to when I was looking at colleges. I don't think I applied even to art college or art center because I didn't think I'd get in. But they're in I think it's a Pasadena. Great art school. Can you put a link for us? Let me see if I can do it in the chat on my phone. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I typed it in. Just look up Rhett Shull on Apple Music, and it should come up. I want this flower to be, I'm going to take my opacity down just to glaze over this. So on my YouTube channel, actually today, I'm going to be definitely posting a video on how I rescue this painting that I'm working on right now in the studio. I put some music to it, and I just got permission to use that music. I don't know how it works with copyright. We'll see if it loads or doesn't load or something. But and I want to also do, so I'm gessoing a panel for this amp head, and so I recorded that whole process as well. It's kind of easy. I do so many like weird things in the studio, like gesso a piece of wood or gesso an ACM panel. Or today I'm also putting on a painting that was on a piece of paper. I'm putting it on a panel, so I'm gluing that onto a panel for the collector. And so I'm going to film how to put a piece of paper, oil paper, Stonehenge. It's Legion has this paper that you can paint on, unprimed. And so I'm going to be attaching that paper to a panel, and I'm going to film that as well. So the idea is that trying to just film everything I do as an artist on the channel. Some mornings it's drawing like this. After I'm done here, kind of blocking everything in, I'm going to I gotta find that painting. The woman bought it a couple days ago. I gotta find it first, and then I'm going to cut down an ACM panel that fits the size I want, get my PVA glue, neutral balance glue, and stack a whole bunch of books on it. Hopefully it'll be interesting content. As well as working on that painting for the other woman that's interested in buying that painting. So rescuing that painting and then maybe posting. So much stuff to do. As you guys know, as artists, we wear many hats. What are you guys up to today? You guys are just hanging out. Also, since you guys are on YouTube and I'm just kind of getting back into it, uh, what do you guys? What are your favorite YouTube channels for art? I'm curious because I want to learn from those guys as well. Totally art nerds. That's like the best thing to be. I'm gonna come in and erase some of this area in here just to. So I'm kind of I'm very linear now, and also very flowy. That I want to. Oh shoot! I'm losing battery life. I'll be right back. I have to plug in. Oh, right on. Egg drawings are great. Eggs are tough to draw. Let me move this back up here. Really hard to draw. This is the eraser. I didn't want to do that. Undo. Haha. This would be a fun painting to do. I think I can make it almost like I think of like flowers and outlines versus like more detail-y stuff as being more like a Gustav Klimt kind of vibe. Or are you using your own custom brushes? Yeah, I haven't gotten into that yet. I'm just using the Derwent pencil brush that they have. Because you can go. I'm gonna change the opacity. You can go really thick, like very, very large areas. It's hard to see because I don't want it to be. Do you see that right there? And go right up against that edge. This tooth is going to be awesome. How it sticks out really far. Right? So I'm using the side of the Apple Pencil right now. And then you can get very thin with it. You see that? So I don't even know how to make custom brushes. I don't think I'm not into the digital quite enough as I maybe could be. I think it would take away a little bit from my the traditional a little bit too much. I get very obsessed with things quickly. Like right now, I'm obsessed with the YouTube channel. This edge here. Brooke Comer's channel is great. She's got a great video vibe. Oh, that's cool. I have to check her out. Andrew Tischler and Nicholas Uribe. I know Nicholas's stuff. So he does everything on YouTube. I wasn't sure. It's funny. I'm not on YouTube all that much. I'm more into. I've been on Instagram a lot, and just tired of like the algorithm on Instagram, just posting stuff where I used to get a lot of likes or like comments and such, to like almost nothing now. Not almost nothing, but it's been a frustrating um, platform. But I think so far, I think the way YouTube works is it seems like they want growth for channels. I've already noticed like I'm not getting a ton of uh, likes and comments and stuff on my stuff yet here, but I do see more from than I used to. So I'm kind of down to see what I can do, and it's just fun to share all this stuff. I've learned so much from my professors. It's kind of cool to pay that forward. My wife is washing her morning dishes. Do you want to come say hi, Shay? It's just our little heads. I haven't washed my hair or anything, or combed it. This is going to get all dark through here. The horn. This is going to be neat because it's saving the... It's recording a time lapse as I do this, which is a lot of fun. Actually, I'll show you guys really quick the time lapse for the guitar amp. Maybe I can do that here. Let me go back to me. I think it's on my computer. Yeah, this is so freaking cool. So this is the... I'm going to pause it for a sec. This is what I gessoed, and I'm going to have a video on how I gessoed it. So it's a piece of wood that they sent me. It's a piece of pine, and it's got the holes drilled in it for the amp logo, 2-Rock, to be on it. And this is 22 by 7 3/4. Yeah, 3/4. And what's neat is that, so I did the design digitally. I think there's a video of me working on that painting too, just like we're doing this morning. But it saved a time lapse, and I put the time lapse into the video over top of the panel that I'm going to be painting into. And I'm going to transfer this drawing here. I'm going to film it also, how I transfer a drawing over to a panel, and then start painting on it. And this I thought would be kind of a cool maybe promo with music for the company, because it's kind of neat to do these little animation type stuff. And this is all in Premiere, and it just in layers, and so this basically just has a mask around it that's a rectangle. The thing I think that might be tougher is if I do the guitar that I'm working on right now, is I don't know how to mask a guitar shape out of Premiere, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to go to YouTube. Oh yeah, 2-Rock makes great amps. Yeah, I'm just through this process and stuff. I've been talking a lot with Eli, who is the head of the company, and he's just been awesome to work with. And going to be showing hopefully this painting and the guitar that I'm working on right now at NAMM. It's going to be cool. I think they have like a zillion people go through their booths there, so it'll be a good venue. I'm going to bring cards. I'm going to go and promote my paintings on guitars. It'll be kind of fun. And here we go. At the end, I just kind of have 2-Rock. There's a fun little animation. So hopefully that's what we'll do with this one. Let me go back. Learning the online broadcasting here, so I can do kind of fun stuff. I don't know what happened there. passcode. Okay, now we're back. I think I'm only going to work on this for a little bit longer with you guys. And then I'm going to go paint. These are where the knobs are probably going to be. It'll be fun to interpret what these the leaves and flowers are doing. Kind of illustrate them a little bit. Do you use one layer when sketching on the iPad? I do, for the most part. Here's my layers. It's pretty pathetic. I'm not well versed in using the iPad to really what it can do. Just I've been using it mostly just for sketching and for teaching. I do a lot of teaching with the iPad. When I have students, I teach some mentored students, and it's been great to show their work and be able to check proportions and do overpaints with what they're doing. And in the drawing demo, I used Procreate the other day. So I have an hour-long drawing demo, a charcoal drawing demo discussion that I posted, I think yesterday or the day before. And I was able to kind of bring up the materials I use and draw over top of them and talk about the materials. And so it's great for online classes. Oops. Yeah. I want to shade this back just a little bit. A little bit more. Oh my god, my wife just made bacon and eggs. It smells so good. Just want to lighten up some of this stuff. Sometimes I just do a dark kind of overvalue, and I can come in and chisel out the lights. Awesome, guys. I think I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go maybe grab some breakfast and start painting. I want to thank you guys for coming out to the live feed. I'm probably going to do more of these just randomly right now, but then I think when I have my studio built by the first of the year, I'm going to start doing them regularly from the studio, which will be kind of fun. But it'll be more, it won't just be digital. It'll be real painting in the studio, kind of what I'm working on. I want to really capture this idea of almost a day in the life of everything that we have to do to survive as artists, right? The good, the bad, it's all good, actually. It's a fun gig, that's for sure. Awesome, guys. Thanks again for coming, hanging out. I will hopefully, I probably won't finish this today, but I'll be posting the time lapse probably pretty soon. And I want to hopefully, like I showed you guys on the amp head, I want to make it kind of the drawing on top of the amp, which would be kind of neat. And you can see how ugly they start, my drawings. and as you'll see in the time lapse, like they'll get better. Hopefully, that's what we all hope, right? Awesome, guys. Thanks again, and take care. Cheers. Oh, and like and subscribe, right? If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Cheers.